You know how in those old sci-fi movies, doctors could, like, simulate how a disease might progress in a patient's body? Well, get this. That sci-fi future might be closer than we think.
Oh, really?
We're diving deep today into a research paper that has me absolutely buzzing. It's called Medical Video Generation for Disease Progression Simulation.
Wow.
Researchers have created a system called MVG that can actually generate videos
Okay.
showing how a disease might develop.
Huh.
And they do this all from a single medical image and some clinical data.
So like from just a starting point, they can extrapolate out.
Yeah, it's like having a crystal ball for healthcare. And just imagine what this means for you: potentially more accurate diagnoses, personalized treatment plans, and maybe even a better understanding of your own health.
That's amazing.
Now I know you're thinking,
What am I thinking?
this sounds incredibly complex.
Well, yeah, it does.
And you're right, it involves some serious tech like AI and something called diffusion models.
I've heard of those.
But don't worry, our expert is here to break it all down for us.
Well, you know what's really fascinating about this research is that it addresses a long-standing problem in medicine.
Okay.
Tracking how diseases progress over time has always been a challenge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
People move, they switch doctors, and sometimes life just gets in the way of those regular checkups.
Right? Life happens.
Exactly. And ethically, it's really tricky to collect tons of images from patients just for research.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
So this lack of data is a real hurdle in understanding how diseases evolve.
It's like trying to solve a puzzle with missing pieces.
Exactly.
So how does MVG overcome this data dilemma?
Well, MVG uses a brilliant two-stage approach to tackle this. Think of it like building a house.
Okay.
First, you lay the foundation, and then you construct the walls and the roof.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay the foundation for me.
All right, so in stage one, which is called progressive image editing, or PIE for short,
VIE, okay, I like it.
the system starts refining a patient's initial medical image, kind of like an artist adding detail to a sketch. It uses information from clinical reports and the super smart GPT-4
GPT-4.
to predict how the disease might progress, and then makes tiny adjustments to the image step by step.
Wait a minute, GPT-4, the one that writes poetry and code. It's predicting disease progression too.
It's amazing, right? They've actually harnessed GPT-4's ability to process complex medical information and turn it into visual changes in the image.
So it's like teaching a computer to see how a disease typically unfolds and then applying that knowledge to a specific patient.
Exactly.
That's mind-blowing. But how do they make sure the changes are focused on the right area and not just like randomly changing the entire image?
They've got a clever trick up their sleeve for that.
Okay.
A special mask that acts like a stencil, focusing the changes only on the relevant body part.
Oh, interesting.
Everything else in the image stays consistent. So imagine you're editing a photo and you only want to adjust the color of someone's shirt,
Right.
leaving everything else untouched. That's essentially what this mask does, ensuring the changes are precise and relevant to the disease.
It's incredible how they've accounted for that level of detail. Okay, so we've got these carefully edited images, but how do they become a video? It's not like we're just flipping through a slideshow, right?
You're exactly right. That's where stage 2 comes in. It's all about animation.
Oh.
This stage uses another model called Senine, which specializes in creating smooth, fluid movements.
Huh?
It takes those individual edited images from stage 1 and seamlessly stitches them together, like creating a flip book that springs to life.
Okay, I'm picturing that classic flipbook animation now. And what's even cooler is that this sign model was initially trained on general videos, not specifically medical ones, right?
Precisely. It just goes to show how adaptable this technology is. You can train a model on a massive amount of general data and then apply it to very specific fields like medicine.
It's like it learned how to animate movement in general, and then they said, okay, now apply that to these medical images.
Exactly. That's one of the things that makes this research so exciting.
So they've essentially built a foundation for medical video generation that can be customized for different conditions and body parts.
Yeah.
That's groundbreaking. But did it actually work? Tell me they put this thing to the test.
Oh, they definitely put it through its paces, and the results were pretty remarkable.
All right, spill the tea. What kind of test did they run?
Well, they decided to try it out on 3 different areas of medicine.
Okay.
Chest x-rays,
Uh-huh.
those detailed images of your eye called retinal images,
Right.
and even images of your skin.
So they really wanted to see how versatile it was.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This shows how versatile the system is. It's not limited to just one type of medical imaging.
So potentially a one-stop shop for disease simulation from your lungs to your eyes to your skin. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But how did it stack up against other methods? Was it really that much better?
They compared MVG to existing methods,
Okay.
using a bunch of different metrics to make sure it was really delivering.
Makes sense.
One of the things they looked at was how well the generated images matched the original patient.
So making sure it still looked like them in the simulation.
Right. They also looked at how accurately the disease was depicted in the generated images, using something called classification confidence scores.
Classification confidence scores.
Think of it like a test score. The higher the score, the more confident we are that the simulation is on point.
Okay, so they got the scientific measures covered, but the real test is what doctors think, right?
You hit the nail on the head.
What did the experts on the front lines have to say?
They had actual doctors evaluate MVG's videos, and get this, over 76% of them agreed that the simulations matched what they would expect to see in their clinical practice.
Wow, over 76%. That's a serious stamp of approval. But they didn't stop there, did they?
Nope.
I hear they compared it to real patient data as well.
They wanted to see how MVG measured up against real-world cases, so they compared its simulations to data from COVID-19 patients with edema.
Edema.
That's a buildup of fluid, by the way. And the results were impressive. The simulated images were incredibly close to what actually happened with the disease progression.
Wow. So it's not just a cool concept, it's actually reflecting real-world disease development. What does all this mean for the future of medicine? What are the implications of this technology?
That's what's so exciting about this. Imagine a world where doctors could use MVG to fill in the gaps in patient records,
Oh, wow.
potentially spotting patterns that were missed before. It's like having a time machine for medical imaging.
That would be a game changer. We could potentially uncover hidden clues about a person's health just by rewinding their medical history. What other possibilities are we talking about?
Hold on to your hat, because we're just getting started. Think about how medical students could learn using these dynamic simulations.
Yeah.
Instead of just looking at static images in a textbook they could interact with and learn from these evolving visuals, it would be like having a flight simulator for doctors.
That's a brilliant analogy. Medical education would get a serious upgrade. And what about patient care? How could this impact how we treat diseases?
Well, imagine being able to personalize treatment plans based on these simulated disease trajectories. Your doctor could show you a simulation of how different treatment options might affect your body, allowing you to make a truly informed decision.
That would be incredibly empowering. Instead of feeling lost and confused, patients could become active participants in their own health journey.
And that brings up another important aspect of this research explainability.
Okay.
The researchers went to great lengths to make their system transparent, so doctors can understand how the simulations are created and why certain predictions are made. This builds trust and ensures that the technology is used responsibly.
That's a crucial point.
Yeah.
We don't want AI to be a black box in medicine.
Right.
Doctors need to be able to interpret the results and use their clinical judgment alongside these simulations.
Absolutely. It's about collaboration, not replacement. AI should augment human expertise, not overshadow it.
So it's not about replacing doctors with robots. It's about giving doctors powerful new tools to do their jobs even better. This is giving me so much hope for the future of medicine. It feels like we're on the verge of a major shift, where technology is truly being harnessed to improve lives.
It's an incredibly exciting time to be working in this field, and this research is really just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine a world where these simulations are commonplace,
Yeah.
used in routine checkups, clinical trials, and even to help patients visualize their own health journeys.
That's a powerful vision. Giving people access to personalized health information visualized in such a compelling way could truly democratize healthcare. It could empower individuals to take control of their health, leading to earlier diagnoses, more informed treatment decisions, and ultimately better outcomes. But it also raises some intriguing questions.
Like what?
For example, how do we ensure equitable access to this technology? How do we address potential concerns that might arise? And how do we educate patients to understand and interpret these simulations accurately?
Those are excellent questions, and it's vital to address them proactively. As we move toward this future, we need to ensure that this technology benefits everyone and is used responsibly and ethically.
It's a call to action for all of us, researchers, policymakers, healthcare providers, and even patients to engage in this conversation and shape the future of medicine in a way that's both innovative and beneficial.
Couldn't agree more. We have a collective responsibility to ensure that these advancements lead to a brighter, healthier future for all.
Well said. I want to leave our listeners with something to ponder. Imagine these medical video simulations readily available not just in specialized clinics,
Okay.
but through telehealth platforms, accessible to anyone with a smartphone.
What a thought! That could truly revolutionize how we approach healthcare. It could foster a more collaborative and personalized approach to medicine.
It's a future worth striving for. And for our listeners who want to learn more, we've got some great resources in the show notes.
We do.
You'll find a link to the original research paper, which has fascinating details and even some cool visual examples. We've also included links to other research on AI in medicine and the use of these incredible diffusion models.
We always want to equip you with the knowledge you need to navigate this exciting world of medical advancements. So dive in, explore, and let us know what you discover.
We love hearing from you. Find us on social media and share your thoughts. This conversation is just getting started, and we're thrilled to have you join us on this journey of discovery.
Your perspectives are invaluable. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in medicine and beyond.
On that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive. But remember, the exploration doesn't end here. Stay curious, stay informed, and let's continue to shape a future where technology empowers us to live healthier, longer, and more fulfilling lives.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
It really feels like we're on the cusp of a new era in medicine, and for anyone who's ready to explore this topic further, we've got you covered.
Absolutely. We've put together some great resources for you in the show notes.
You'll find a link to the original research paper itself, with all those juicy details and even some cool visual examples.
And if you're the type who loves to go down the rabbit hole, we've also included links to other research on AI in medicine and those incredible diffusion models.
It's a real feast for the curious mind.
We always want to give our listeners the tools to really explore these advancements, so dive in and let us know what sparks your imagination.
We absolutely love hearing from you. You can find us on all the usual social media platforms, and we'd love for you to share your thoughts, questions, any aha moments you have.
Your perspectives are so valuable to this conversation, so keep exploring, keep questioning, and let's continue to push the boundaries of what's possible in healthcare and beyond.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the fascinating world of medical video generation.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the exploration.
Stay curious,
Yeah.
stay informed, and let's all continue to shape a future where technology empowers us to live healthier, longer, and more fulfilling lives.
Until next time, keep diving deep.